The promotional gift with purchase set for the $1,000 LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Death Star is so disappointing. It might just be the worst LEGO Star Wars gift with purchase set of all time, May 4th and otherwise. Honestly, since we've had the full official unveiling of it, the only real positive thing I have to say about this is that the box art looks pretty good, I have to admit. It looks pretty cool on the box there, but otherwise, in every shot that you see that TIE Fighter build especially, it's so brutal looking. That is how bad things are. Sure, there's a little cart build that you get. Who cares, right? This is all stuff that should have been included in this Death Star set for $1,000. A promotional set for this Death Star set really needed to be something that made you want to rush out, wait in line the first day it released on October 1st and buy it day one, and really provide something cool and exclusive and a real reason to actually go out and buy this set on the first day. And this is just the exact opposite of it. You just see this, and I think most people in the community, myself obviously included, think this is just something that you guys should have included in the set for the money. Like, it looks like something that should be there, and honestly, it's not even that good. In any of the shots you've seen of the Death Star now that we've had the official unveiling, I just don't like that TIE Fighter in there at all. I think it honestly looks better without the TIE Fighter. That is just how much I do not like that little build. So then I thought, why not make a video talking about 5 different promotional set ideas instead that LEGO could have done that would have been way better than this one. And these are just 5 that I came up with pretty quickly, but I think are all easily way more awesome and way cooler than what we have gotten, and way more deserving of being what you get as a promotional set when you spend $1,000 on one single set. And if you have something that you think would have been better than this that I didn't mention in this video, leave it down in the comments below. But I thought it'd be fun just to go over 5 really great ideas that LEGO just obviously clearly didn't have. The first one is either Darth Vader's or Palpatine's lightsaber. I think this is one that we all would have been kind of expecting with the history of the previous 3 lightsaber gift with purchases. We had the Luke's lightsaber one from Return of the Jedi just last year, 2024, when you purchased the UCS Jabba sail barge, and getting like Darth Vader's or Emperor Palpatine's, or heck, even both for $1,000 gift with purchase. I think that would be maybe really great and a really good, thing that LEGO could do for the fans that actually go out and buy this thing day one is, hey, you're getting 2 really amazing lightsabers to display alongside of it. Emperor Palpatine's could kind of tie in Episode 3 a little bit, the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith as well. But either way, I feel like that was one that just LEGO had a total layup to make, and everyone would have loved it. I probably then, if I saw you got Darth Vader's lightsaber or Emperor Palpatine's, I definitely would have gone out and bought the set day one just to make sure I have those lightsabers, because I really do love the lightsabers. I think they're really cool. So that one, I just don't understand how they didn't even think of that. Number 2 is the Senate Chamber featuring Palpatine, Mas Amedda, and Sly Moore. This is one that had a little bit of traction as a rumor earlier on in the year, kind of tied to the Death Star. Apparently, I don't know, it's not a rumor that I was really paying that much attention to be honest, but apparently this was something that was talked about a little earlier on in the year for the gift with purchase, or something tied to this Death Star. You were going to get like a little Senate Chamber build. And that would have been amazing, I think, to finally get like Mas Amedda in minifig form. Would have been absolutely insane. Again, tying in the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith as well. Some exclusive, really great minifigs in a scene a lot of us have wanted from LEGO Star Wars, but have yet to have gotten. That, I think, personally, just would have been really cool. And again, something that people would have really made sure they went out and bought the Death Star to also get a really cool gift with purchase. And I'm not exactly sure where this rumor currently stands. I vaguely remember kind of reading something about it a while back and then thinking, nah, there's just no way, unfortunately, that LEGO would make it, so I never really bought into it. I think that's why I don't really remember it. But it would be nice to hope that we get something like this in the future, and that there was some small level of truth to the rumor. It just was wrong about being a gift with purchase, but maybe a different diorama set coming out in the future. I mean, we can hope, right? But unfortunately, this one just was way off base. Number 3 is a hot tub diorama, just really paying tribute to the LEGO Star Wars video games. I know in the Death Star, we do get a small hot tub kind of Easter egg build in it with our one hot tub stormtrooper, but instead, if LEGO could have just forgotten that and then added a larger diorama of the hot tub with like 3 or 4 hot tub stormtroopers in it, as like a diorama, that would have been so cool. That would have been awesome. Just a really unique and fun, just nod to that Easter egg, nod to those video games, and then you would get a lot more of those hot tub stormtroopers as well. I think that could have been really cool. Instead of getting just that small little Easter egg within the build, you get actually something that'd be really cool to display, and for sure would be a talking point with a lot of people who especially don't know what it's actually referencing, because it is so out there but so fun. So that's one I think would have been just really cool. Number 4 would be Galen Erso's homestead diorama. I absolutely love Rogue One, and I do think there is something here in terms of a small diorama that could look really cool, not as a set that LEGO would sell on shelves necessarily, but just for a smaller diorama style of set based on that opening scene of Rogue One. I think that could be really cool. You'd have Galen, you'd have him talking to Director Krennic, you could have a couple of Death Troopers, and then you could have young Jyn Erso kind of watching the whole conversation, everything going down, and then on the quote of the front of it, you could have Director Krennic going, "We were this close to greatness," or even farming. Really? A man of your talents? Something like that would be fun. It'd be hilarious. It would be cool. All things that promotional sets, should be. And then you could have an exclusive version of Galen even based on the opening scene rather than the one we get. Or better yet, we could get both. But then at least there would be kind of a spot to place Galen and Director Krennic rather than just being placed with the plaque, not even inside of the Death Star. I don't know. I know there are a lot of Rogue One fans out there, and this is just an idea that could have been cool, a little bit more outside of the box perhaps, but still relevant to the Death Star. And I think we can just agree, better than a really lame and terrible TIE fighter that doesn't look good, that should have just been included in the Death Star. Something to do with Rogue One in terms of a more diorama style of set, or even just a regular kind of set based more on Rogue One with Galen, Director Krennic, could have been really cool. And the 5th and final idea that I have for this video is another diorama style of set. And when I say diorama, by the way, I mean even something just like the Lars family homestead promotional set that we got, where it's not like a full-on diorama that we have on shelves that LEGO has made in the past for Star Wars, but just something that includes more of a full kind of scene and does look really good as its own display piece. But this would be Dooku taking the Death Star plans diorama, some sort of scene of him from Attack of the Clones where he's watching the battle unfold. Poggle the Lesser is there talking about how they'd all be doomed basically if the Republic ever found out what they were planning to build, and then he hands over the plans to Count Dooku and he goes, I'm going to take this to my master on Coruscant, take them to Darth Sidious, and you see him actually with the hologram of the Death Star, the outline in that red. I remember seeing that in theaters and thinking, oh man, that is so awesome as a kid, right? It really made it tie into the original trilogy a lot more. Like you could connect the dots. Okay, see, this is how it's all going to come together, how the Death Star even is getting built, and they're planning on building it from this early on. As a kid, I thought that scene was absolutely awesome, and as a massive prequel and Clone Wars era fan, this is something I personally at least would have really loved. And we've only had one Poggle the Lesser minifig ever, and then it's been over a decade since we've gotten a brand new Count Dooku minifig as well. Both of them actually came in 2013 with the Duel on Geonosis set, both Poggle the Lesser and the last Count Dooku, which is absolutely crazy. 2 minifigs that are very overdue to get remade, and this just, again, could have been something that is creative, outside of the box, exclusive minifigs. And I just think it would have been awesome. That's kind of the point of this video, is just brainstorming, kind of thinking of ideas that just would have been better than this, because this is something that just should have been included in the Death Star. And even then, you'd hope it would be better, or at least on the same level as that Imperial shuttle that you have in the hangar, because for the size that is in, it does look pretty fantastic. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of just how it looks in the hangar, but I gotta admit the model itself does look pretty good. But then you have the TIE fighter to hang beside it that just looks so bad, like a almost worse 4+ set. It's I don't know, it's absolutely bizarre to me that this is something I'm even talking about, making videos discussing, but I just thought it'd be kind of fun as well to talk about promotional sets that would have been better than what we have gotten, because I think there are so many amazing and cool ideas that LEGO could have done. And then they just give us this instead, something that, for $1,000, why are we just not getting that in the set and then getting something different for a promotional set? It makes no sense. And it's honestly really sad to say that the TIE Fighter with Imperial hanger rack is certainly at the very least up for discussion as the worst gift with purchase promotional set ever, because lately, over the past couple of years especially, I feel like LEGO has made really great promotional sets, either for the gift with purchase with a fall UCS set or for May 4th as well. Like the Camino training facility, really cool, something they would have never made. Getting the clone cadets was awesome. This was fantastic this year. Last year, Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi, really cool, something that I definitely felt like I needed to make sure I got to display, because it is awesome. Even the Trade Federation Troop Carrier, May 4th, 2024. Awesome, incredible. A set that the community was really mad at, almost, that it was so good because you couldn't just go out and army build multiple of. It was a promotional set, but it was essentially flawless. It was fantastic. Then to get 3 really great promotional sets in a row and then turn to this, it's like, what happened? So let me know what you guys think of these 5 that I mentioned in this video down below. What is your favorite promotional set of all time? Maybe I should do a video ranking them all, or at least ranking like the last, couple of years or something like that. If you guys would be interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. As always, my name is Justin, and I'll catch you guys on the next LEGO Star Wars video on Obi-Wan Studios.